Well, hello, beautiful YouTubers. Welcome to Mella's vlog. So this is a side channel that I kind of been back and forth on, but I think there is a little interest here, and I'm happy to be back on here. I'll share like a topic a week, once a week, and that's not too overly ambitious because my main channel is Echo Art with Carmela T, where we create with all recycled materials, fabrics, and supplies, and that is my main focus. And so you'll see me over there, but over here, yes, we will be very also environmentally conscious, and trying to weave that idea even more into different things we do during the day. One of the things is I'll be sharing with you some really beautiful outfits that I get at the thrift shop. I mean, these I've got, this one I got recently, this sweater, and this one I got this summer, and this is beautiful, this blouse. But I'll share, like, when I get them, I'll share like what the tag says, what the materials are, what the sizes, and all of that. So this is because I also get them for scrap. So sometimes those type of videos will be over on Echo Art with Carmela T. But this Boro bracelet is made with all scrap materials, but look, it matches the sweater beautifully and the blouse. So with that, here, what I wanted to share today is I've been kind of going back and forth on, well, first of all, as you know, I'm a coffee person. I love coffee. And I share over on my main channel, and I'll share it here too, is my coffee cup I got gifted at Christmas by my son that keeps the coffee hot. The coffee cup keeps the coffee hot. So that is just unbelievable. I'm gonna share that over here in a separate video. But so coffee, right? The price is going sky high, especially like at times. Now, my brand is New England. I totally love that coffee. And I love it because it is not too strong. It has a nice balance to it. However, I just learned on the internet that just like when you steep coffee in a French press or different presses, and we're going to go over the different ways you can make coffee in a few minutes. But you need to let the coffee set for like 4 to 5 minutes. And I think on some of the coffees that I've gotten that are lower price, when I put them through, like if they're pod coffee and I put them through, they have this incredible bitter, like strong taste that jumps out, and it doesn't taste good. It's not evenly even. So I figured out that maybe if it sets with a cover on it and just steeps for a little while, I bet you that's gonna help with the flavor. So I'm going to try that, but I may get my French press back out. I'm definitely getting my coffee pot, brewing coffee pot, back out. The pods will be going away little by little because they are way too expensive. They're now like $10 for 12 pods. If you're a coffee drinker and you're drinking a couple of cups of coffee a day, that's ridiculous. So I'm going back to the brewing, and yes, I may get my French press back out, and maybe scout around for some other types of manual presses. So with that said, I looked up this morning, and I'm going to turn this towards you, my laptop, and show you the image as we talk about the different types of coffee. And now this is the article I found, is titled 17 Types of Coffee 17 Types of Coffee Makers and Brewing Methods, which is right for you. And this is by Williams-Sonoma. Sonoma. Yes, williams-sonoma.com. So that's a very highly respected, regarded brand. So they're putting this article out. So let's check this article out. So this is the first type of coffee maker. Now we're all familiar with this. Whoops. See if you can see it. And that is our regular coffee maker. Okay. Now, so that's the most common. And the perks to it, they say it's easy to use, it's versatile, has versatile brewing options, programming, automatic brewing. You know, when I was growing up, they didn't have any, all they had was a percolator. And it made a good cup of coffee, I have to tell you. At that time, they were giving kids who were a little hyper just a little bit of coffee at night to help you sleep. It always worked with me. So this is a capsule coffee maker. And first I'll show it to you and then we'll read the perks on it. So that's a capsule, right? That's making 1 cup of coffee. So a lot of times you'll have the brewing and the capsule now in one appliance. So it's extremely easy to use, very clean up, French coffee anytime you want it. So see, that's a really good point, because if you're not using your coffee pod right, just get your French press out or whatever type of press you're using and have the hot water just go over it. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that, right? That even eliminates the having to heat the coffee up. This is, and some of you may be familiar with this, this is like a camping type of idea, but look, it's a pour over coffee maker. You see? It's simply your filter, your coffee, your grounds, and boom, it goes right into the cup. I mean, that's ridiculously easy. So the hard part of these, for me, I believe, at least initially, is you gotta figure out, like, don't give up right away if you don't get a good cup of coffee. Figure out what the tablespoons, the ratio of your coffee grounds to water are. And another really, really important thing is you need to let the coffee steep. Let it set. And it's super important to get the flavor out. So the perks, they say, of the pour over coffee. So this is what it says. The top choice of the many coffee purists is the pour over coffee makers that enables you to brew a fully customized single cup or small batch so that you can bring out the best in every bean. Now the perks are total control over your brewing specs, brews right into your mug, so that's just like, this is actually the concept of what the pods are. The water just pours over the grounds, but it's easy cleanup and maintenance. So the limitations are, I love that they're giving the limitations. So the limitations are brews only enough for 1 to 2 cups at a time, so that makes sense. Requires close attention for several minutes, and small changes in brewing specs can alter the product. This, I really can't emphasize it enough as a coffee person, is if you let's say you finally get, like, the standard is, I'll tell you what the standard is. It's 1 to 2 tablespoons per 6 ounces of water for your brewing coffee pot. I mean, 2 tablespoons per 6 ounces. Now, to me, that seems like a strong cup of coffee, but 1 to 2. So I'd say like 1.5 to 6 ounces. And in my mind, I automatically thinking 8 ounces. I'm thinking 8 ounces, but they say 6. Okay, so that's on AI. So pour over carafe. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, I have a passion for ceramics. Seriously, check this out. Now look at the aesthetic. Can you see that aesthetic? Let me click on it. I'm being careful because I don't want to lose everything. But let me click on this. Okay, I'm going to tell you how much it is. We haven't been going over the price, but this is, I guess, Williams-Sonoma must be selling it, so it's $48. So look at the aesthetic. Where is it here? Look at that. There's your coffee mugs. There. You know, seriously, I can't even emphasize this enough. I know I'm saying that a lot, but to take care of your mental and emotional health, to have that Zen moment. When I'm writing, I have days where I'm writing all day long. For me, that's extremely exhausting, and it's a lot of energy. So when I get up from that, I totally want to sit and enjoy a cup of coffee. I really, really do. Now when I'm doing my artwork, it's totally different thing going on. I'm so relaxed. I'm very, inherently enjoying stitching. Guess what? I have my cup of coffee right next to me. Easy peasy. So with that, let's get back to our different types of coffee. So that is the pour over carafe. Let's see what it says. Whoops, it keeps bringing me to the, I'm trying to get, yeah. So the perks of that, the carafe is total control of your brewing specs, higher capacity than single serve pour overs, and easy cleanup and maintenance. I'm all for that, let me tell you. So the limitations are your coffee may grow cold if brewing takes too long. So there's the solution. I was talking to you about these self-heating coffee mugs I didn't even know they had till my son gifted me with a self-heating coffee mug. Basically, you put it on its coaster, and inside it actually has a battery. So this isn't the type of thing you're going to throw into your sink and fill it up with water. You're just going to wipe it out and be very careful how you clean it. However, just the fact that it heats up, I've been testing it. And I'll make a cup of coffee. If I'm not going to finish it, I know, because many times I do not finish that cup of coffee. I pour it now into my self-heating mug, and then when I decide to take a sip an hour later, guess what? My coffee is still hot. I kid you not, it is still hot. So I could see going back to a carafe like that, and then still using my self-heating mug. So this is an automatic pour over coffee maker. This I am not familiar with, so I'm going to show you the picture first, and let's actually do the picture and the price. Let's see what it's talking about for price. So, because that's what they're talking about in this, and I'm not doing an advertisement for them. It's not giving us a price on that one for some reason. Okay, that's all right. But this is what it looks like. Automatic pour over coffee maker. So you see she's pressing the button there because it's automatic. So let's see what they say about that, because this is something I'm not familiar with. But once I start thinking about a change I need in my life, no matter if it's small, like a little cup of coffee or whatever it is, I begin to do research. Not do that research sometimes weeks over a period of weeks, right? But just because many times a one-day research, you're missing a bunch of stuff for sure. So it says, love the flavor forward brew of a pour over, but need the ease of a drip. How's that for one sentence question, one question sentence? Get the best out of both in one machine that dispenses water and a shower head designed to emulate the careful, even coffee bed saturation. That says it very well. That's what I'm trying to say. So now I've learned how to say it. Coffee bed, an even coffee bed saturation. So the perks of having a coffee pot like that is that it brings out a balanced flavor of pour over. So look, I have figured out this much with the pour over and the pods and the coffees out there that are less, the coffee pods that cost less. They come out unbalanced. So to balance them, let them steep. But what this is saying is it brings out the evenness because it has the spray, like a shower head of hot water. So it gets all of the surrounding dry beans, and yeah, that makes sense. Expertly calibrated to meet optimal brewing conditions every time, and offers a simple automatic brewing. So the limitations are that some models may not offer advanced features like a scheduled brewing. You know, if you're the type, when I was younger with little kids, I really did want a coffee pot that was ready to brew. I did not want to deal with one more thing, right? I was getting ready for work, I was dressing up, I was getting my kids ready. It was heaven when the coffee pot went on automatically. It just was. But you had to get it ready the night before anyway. So the brewing capacity is generally less than standard drip machines. And, well, yeah, because most of these nowadays are making 1 to 2 cups. So this is the French press, and this is what I have. So let me show you. That's the French press. And what we'll do, because I have that one, is we'll do a video of it. Let me click on this and see if it gives us a price. Yes, they do. So the price for this is, I remember spending quite a lot for mine. Oh, okay. Well, this isn't too bad. This is $24 to $49. So I'm going to show you in a different color. Look how beautiful that is. I'll show you the whole picture so you can see the little legs. It has legs. It stands on like, whoops. There. See the little legs there? And it's very pretty. It's like a chrome. It's like a glass mug set inside a chrome brace. It's lovely. So that's called the French press. And we'll get rid of that for a moment so we can read the perks. So anyway, it says, among all the different kinds of coffee makers, which speaking, I gotta take a little sip of this. The French press is easily the most recognizable. That's what I thought. I mean, because at the time I got it, it was something I had heard of like my whole life, and I grew up in an Italian family, and let me tell you, coffee was the theme of the day. So there were a few different ways to make coffee in that house. But this standby manual coffee maker is deceptively simple. So it's easy to use, it's easy to clean, and it produces a robust flavor. So, and it is. So but again, you need to let it set. So we will go over that, and I'll show you how to use that. So this one is an AeroPress coffee maker. So I'm not familiar with this. You see, she's going to press that down. It looks something like what I want to call a travel press that I just recently gifted one of my family members with, a travel press. So that's what that looks like, but it doesn't say that, it calls it an AeroPress. So it's able to make well-balanced drip-style coffee, like cold brew or espresso. Yeah, I think that's the same thing that I just got recently. Requires no electricity, and is highly portable. So you can make a nice cold, if you like your iced coffee, that's the thing and for you. So it's fast and simple brewing method. Okay, now this is, look at the name of that, vacuum coffee. Have you ever heard of some of these names? Vacuum coffee brewer. So you see that? Let's see if I can get a more of a picture here. No, they're not carrying that, obviously. So I guess I get the picture when they carry it. Okay, so this is it looks like it's a latest coffee brewing gadget. But if you want smoother, lighter, sweeter cups of coffee in a flash. So check both boxes with a vacuum coffee brewer that uses suction to thoroughly extract coffee in a matter of minutes. Okay, so interesting. So it easily brews in 4 minutes. It produces a sweeter. I haven't heard that associated with brewing grounds unless you're adding sugar. And I know some European friends of mine will add the sugar to the grounds and then brew it. But this is talking about a sweeter, more robust coffee than traditional drip brewing. Rechargeable battery lasts up for 200 cups, so it's a battery operated, so that's interesting. We're only on number 9. I didn't know there were so many different apparati for making coffee. This is called Mocha Pot Stove Top Coffee Maker. So I think a friend of mine showed me hers. Looked a little something like this, only it was ceramic. So yes, I have seen these. I have had these. And actually my mom had one of those. So she was a coffee. Oh, she loved coffee. Let's see here. So this Mocha Pot is one of the world's most popular types of coffee brewing apparatuses. This traditional coffee maker heats up right on the stove, so like a teapot, and to bring you a strong espresso like a brew that's not faint of heart. Okay, so see, they're pouring it over ice cream like a syrup. Produces an exceptionally strong brew. I cannot have strong, but if you like strong, then this is the type of coffee pot you want. I have seen these coffee pots at the thrift shop. I've seen them there. No filter or outlet is required, and it's easy to clean. So again, that's called the Mocha, M-O-K-A, Mocha Pot Stove Top Coffee Maker. Okay, number 10, percolator. This is what I grew up with. And some of you may be familiar with this, and some of you may not, but that's a percolator. And very, very easy to use. The percolator works by boiling the water and continually funneling the bubbles up into the grounds. See, I grew up with this, and yeah, I mean, the coffee was good. I can remember as a kid how good that coffee was. So anyway, it goes into the grounds that are in the little basket at the top, and so it's just evening out that flavor all the time. So it brews large batches of coffee, and you've seen these when you go to the fair, and they have the little spout at the end. You're pouring your coffee. That's why that coffee is so good, because it's percolating. It keeps the coffee hot, and it's easy to use and maintain. So this one is called, number 11 is Cold Brew Coffee Maker. Look, check this out. Cold Brew Coffee Maker. So this is, so a couple things are just popping in my head as we're talking about these. If you do not, look, electricity is high nowadays. It just is. I mean, when you think about anything you have plugged in all day long, and they say some of these things use electricity when they're not even like turned on. So that's why I always pull the plugs out, like always, because I don't want to spend any more on ground electricity. But you know, when you see some of these coffee makers here and you're like, oh, I can make a cold brew or make it from tap, that's amazing. I mean, that's a savings all in all when you accumulate it over the year. But anyway, this is a cold brew, so this is something you can make like right out of the tap, or if you buy your water. But you think you only get delicious, refreshingly bright cold brew from your favorite boutique coffee shop? Think again. So this largely hands-off brewing, so there's, you know, like no electricity, allows you to make cold brew with your favorite beans. So that's another thing. You want to test out different beans, especially if like you're buying from the farmers market co-op that we have right over here. Everything is fresh, it's local, it's we even have a number of coffees from different countries, fair trade. So yeah, you gotta if you're a coffee lover, there's so many different ways you can have coffee now. So this is Smart Pour Over Coffee Maker. Check this out. This looks like I'm in my chemistry class again. You see that? So it's aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Let's see if this is something they're selling. No, they don't have that. So that's all right. These are things you can Google and find out where they're selling on the net. So this is, it has built-in scale, so that's really important, or measures is probably what they're saying. Or no, scale. Bluetooth connectivity and a precision valve. So, okay, now it's getting a little techno here. And these versatile brewers can help you fine-tune your pour-over skills to ensure you get the perfect cup. So pour over, you know, make sure you're pouring it all over the grounds. The perks are it has a built-in scale that ensures consistent brews. Its Bluetooth connectivity guides you through the brewing process, and you can perform pour-over immersion and cold drip brewing. The limitations are it makes one batch at a time. It's not automatic, you know, like plug it in type deal. And the maintenance is a little more complex, and we can see that because you have these different pieces to it. So now we're on number 13. Now this interests me. Single serve grind and go coffee maker. So let's see if I can get a large picture of it, if they're selling this one. Yes, this is one they're selling. So this is $149. So look at this. Look at that. That's aesthetically, you know, it's designed beautifully. Let's look at it in the black. Oh yeah, look at that. That's lovely. That's lovely. So it's $149 for that. And so this is 1 cup at a time. You see the cup there. Single serve, and combines the ease of automatic drip coffee. So, okay, now the other thing with brewing coffee, like a lot of it in a pot, is if you're doing 4 to 6 cups, guess what? In about 2 hours, it's about 2, coffee starts to go stale. It just, the taste changes. So 1 to 2 cups, I think, is the best, even if you do in your large percolator. So anyway, but this perks, it grinds as you go, freshness for any bean. Now I'm going to have a comment on that. Automatic convenience and a perfect cup anytime you want it. So I'm not totally convinced that as it's grinding and having the water go over it and this and that you're going to get that full flavor. I don't know why. I'm just thinking for me that a coffee ground maybe the night before and set a little bit, you might get more of the flavor. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but I do know it has to set in its hot water once you've got that far. Okay, and here's an espresso maker, and yeah, let's go get a college degree to learn how to use this one. Seriously, I have one of these, and when I learn how to use it, it's not mine. I gifted it to my son, but it's there, and I don't have a clue, seriously. And I've watched him do this a few times, and I still. Anyway, so the perks to the espresso is the only way, this is what it says, the only way to brew truly an authentic espresso at home. That's what it's, maybe that's why it's so complicated. You go to a store and you're going to pay $5 for a little tiny cup of espresso now because they are doing about 10 different things to get that cup. Attached, including the steaming wand. So it has a steaming wand that allows you to create all your favorite milk drinks. So it features automatic and custom extraction. Let's see how much that is. They must have that at their store. And they do. And yeah, so here we go. Wait till you see that. You probably already know. This has almost 5 stars though. But check this out. We might as well say 500. It says $499.95. Yeah. So with taxes, that's like 500. Let's see what it looks like in the other color. And they have all these colors. This is a lovely because you have the kind of the chrome lining. There's your little wand. Right there's the wand. So I think that's the wand. Don't take my word for it because this is when you're getting out of my territory. I'm more with the manual coffee makers. I'm fine. Or put the pod in or add a couple tablespoons. So this says, yeah, the only way to get the coffee at home. Okay. So around 15, there's 17, so there's a couple more. So this is an automatic espresso maker and coffee system. So I imagine, look, if you have, look how small the cups are. They're very, very small. Okay, so it's a good size. Let's see how much that is. If they're selling it, it will be, they'll give us a price. You can always, oh my God, hang on. Yeah, no, I mean, you might want to sit down for this one. I am so happy this is not aesthetically pleasing to my eye. This looks like a box. However, you can see it's a very nice system. And it is $6,399. So let me give you a full view. I mean, I wonder if it has more than 3 perks. Let's check it out. Yeah, over $6,000. So, but this is what it says. Whether you're craving a decadent latte or you want to simply sip casual a few smooth, and I bet you they're real smooth, cups of coffee, cups of drip coffee, all in one machine in a veritable brewing station. That's why it costs so much, getting a station. The option for those who want to bring the whole coffee shop to their kitchen. I was going to say, it almost looks like it would be really well used in a coffee shop. But it prepares beans using a built-in grinder. Okay, so that's number 1 apparatus. So it gives you the freshest coffee possible. It brews it in cafe style, espresso style, by the cup or drip. Okay, so yeah, so there's 3 or 4, types of coffee it makes, and it allows you to program custom settings. So instead of going out and buying your espresso maker, your French press, your percolator, your K-cup Yeah, you got it right there. So that's why that's so expensive. So this is another complicated one. This is gorgeous. This is a combination coffee maker. So what makes this so pretty to me is the coffee pot is all glass. Okay, so let's get a close-up of that and see how much that is. That's a combination. So if they have it in their store, it will be a little bit, I don't see it coming up. Okay, that's all right. We can always Google something like that. And let's just do that for the heck of it and see. Combination coffee makers. And, oh, they're not too bad in price. Like $599 I'm seeing as, and that's home outlet, $599. And then Kohl's is $271. And Keurig is $149 for the combinations. Those are just some prices I'm throwing out there. But this combination coffee maker, of course the perks are that it brews everything from latte to Americano drip coffee. And it features a steam wand, I like that, and latte ready milk of your choice. And it has 19 bar pressure, ensures the elusive authentic espresso experience. Oh, 19, I thought they were going to say like what that meant was 19 bar buttons, but 19 bar pressure ensures you to get the flavors, what they're saying. So number 17, this is a coffee urn. I guess that's what I was thinking of when I said those big pots. So this is a coffee urn. Let's see if we can get a large picture of that. No, they don't have that either. Okay, but here it is. Look. So you remember the coffee urns really came out, like I said, with the little spout at the bottom, and they would perk the coffee. This one looks like, let's see, it looks automatic. So needs to serve, if you need to serve an extra large group, you know, if you're having a party or something like that. This is the type of apparatus to get. And keeps the crowd pleasing with electric coffee maker, and it's designed to brew super big batches, like 20 to 50 cups. It's easy to use, and it has an automatic warming function, just like my coffee mug. So anyway, that's that. And so yeah, I mean, if you're not wanting a cup of coffee by now, you may never want one. So with that, I wanted to go over that with you this morning. I thought it was super interesting that there's all these coffee makers out there. And yeah, I am leaning definitely more towards using the manual presses and looking at the different styles. So, and that plus the price is down, like $25 you can get a nice new one, or it's aesthetically pleasing to the eye. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. So, and to save on electricity. So with that, I hope you have a beautiful day. Let me know if you like this type of video. And we'll see you next week. Love and light.